Aloha Virgo. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week of April 13th through the 19th. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. If you want to get a personal reading or if you want to join us over on Patreon, all that information is down in the description box below. We are going to start with the overall vibe for the week. We'll move into any potential obstacles or challenges. Then we'll see how to overcome those challenges and then any extra messages that universe and spirit might have for you. We are going to start off with a love oracle and then a general oracle to kick off the overall vibe. So let's go ahead and see what we have going on in terms of love, relationships, and emotions this week. You had two cards come out. The first one is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is the card of self-love and self-care this week, Virgo. Really taking the extra time for self-love, self-care, allowing yourself to kind of take a moment for you. Then we also have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. When we get these two cards together, there is this energy of if you are feeling the need to take a moment for you, that is very real and that is worth exploring. There's also this energy of saying that your feelings are real when it comes to your relationships in your life. Don't be afraid to express your emotions. And if you are having a hard time expressing your emotions because there's some anxiety or stress or we don't know how the person's going to react to it, take a moment, love yourself first, pour into your own cup, and it'll make it a lot easier to express how you feel. But this week really is all about self-love and self-care for you, Virgo. Let's go ahead and see our general oracle and how it's going to add to this overall vibe for the week. We are looking for a general oracle here. We have speaker, your life purpose involves your scope orientation. This card has been coming out a lot this week for everybody. Make sure you're watching your sun, moon, and rising sign, okay? This has been coming out a lot. Speaking our truth and not being afraid to maybe say how we feel, right? We were just talking about expressing our emotions, letting people know how we feel. Don't be afraid to do that this week, okay? Don't be afraid to kind of speak your truth when it comes to emotions, but also overall. This card of speaker is saying that, you know, telling your story, speaking your truth, kind of saying things and getting it off your chest not only helps heal you, but it can help other people go through their journey as well. Also, too, this card of speaker, for those of you that are considering going in a new direction in life, maybe being a motivational speaker or sharing your story with other people to maybe help them go through things as well. Maybe you've gone through different things in your life, whether they're hardships or just successes, and there are some things that you can maybe teach others by using your voice and maybe building on a platform, okay? Also, too, this is the card of podcasting, all right? So maybe you've been called into making a podcast. This is a good confirmation to do that. Let's go ahead and shuffle our tarot deck and see what tarot has to add to this. We have two cards. Look at you, Magician. Look at you, Manifester. The Magician is coming out. You have all the tools needed in order for you to be able to create this life that you truly desire this week, Virgo. I like this. This is the card again. If you're pouring into your own cups this week, right? If you're really loving yourself first, there's this energy of getting clear on what you want and really creating these seeds. The Magician is the manifester. The thing about the Magician though, yes, he is holding that wand, but that wand is not a magical Harry Potter wand. We don't just get to wave it and everything just shows, right? Our actions have to meet our intentions this week, okay? Making sure that whatever you want, you're also showing up for yourself to make that happen. If you match your intentions to your actions this week, actions and intentions, if you match those this week, you will end up finding yourself in a place where there's a lot of new opportunity, possibility, and growth in your life. Now, we do have the High Priestess in reversal coming out with that. And the High Priestess in the upright is that card of our intuition. This is really being in alignment with our higher self and really kind of allowing ourselves to listen to that sort of inner wisdom, that inner guidance, and allowing it to kind of be our compass. Try not to go against your inner voice this week, okay? Try not to go against the inner wisdom. If you feel like something might be a little bit off, take a step back and believe that. If you feel like you need a little extra self-love and self-care this week, definitely lean into that. When you have both of these cards coming out together, Magician and High Priestess in reversal, maybe there are some things in your life that you're being called to manifest, but we are ignoring that for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and actually see what the challenge or obstacle is this week when it comes to this energy. Okay, Tower moment. Five of Wands in reversal, okay? This Tower moment more than likely is saying whatever it is that we are being called to manifest this week and we're having a hard time maybe listening to that and allowing ourselves to do that, it might be because we know it's going to make some major changes in our life. Some really big changes are going to be had after we manifest these things. But I will say this, when the Tower card comes out, it is a necessary change. It might be uncomfortable, it might be frustrating, but at the end of the day, when you get into that moment of hindsight, it's all going to make sense on why it needed to come down. For some of you, there may have been some recent conflict, whether this was internal or external. Maybe there was a little bit of, should I stay or should I go? Should I continue to be in this position at my job or should I not? Should I move forward? Should I stay? Should I go in this direction? Should I not? Sometimes that energy can lead to some moments of Tower, right? So again, listen to your inner compass this week, right? If you're being called into manifesting certain things, or if you're being called into making different actions this week, even though it might result in some big shifts or changes, know that it's necessary for you to be able to get to this next level or this next step in your life. You deserve to have fulfillment and happiness and love. Don't forget that. And some of these things here need to come down in order for you to be able to fully have that. Let's go ahead and see how to overcome the challenge this week. How do we overcome that sort of anxiety or fear when it comes to big changes with the Tower? We have the Ace of Wands, getting excited for what's going to happen next, okay? The Ace of Wands is like this sort of energy of brand new, fresh excitement and passion. And when we have a Tower moment that is an obstacle or a challenge, especially when we're sitting here in a place of being the magician, right? Yes, it is a little bit nerve-wracking to start doing new things or manifesting things that are going to make some big changes in our life because it is uncomfortable. But instead of focusing on that, instead of focusing on the Tower moment and what we're going to have to change, maybe we shift our focus into what's going to open up for us. What is the new exciting thing that we can plant after? Because once the Tower falls, right, we have that big old pile of rubble and ash. One, we get to plant new seeds there, and all the seeds that we plant there are going in very fertile soil, so that those seeds are going to grow. The second thing is that we get to rise like the phoenix from that rubble, okay? So we rise brighter, stronger, wiser, we know what we want. And then the third thing is we get to look at the foundation that this Tower was built on, and we get to start repairing the cracks that were in that foundation. So just those three things alone is something to maybe look forward to after these moments of change and potential chaos, because at the end of the day, you are setting your future self up for more fulfillment, more happiness, more success, okay? So this is how you're gonna overcome your challenges or obstacles this week. Getting excited, confirmation honks on the car today, guys. Confirmation honks on the car today. That's how we're overcoming the challenge this week. Getting excited for the next step, for the things that are going to be opening up to us after the Tower is kind of done falling. Let's go ahead and get any extra messages for the week, Virgo. Any extra messages for the week? We had two cards come out here. We have the Eight of Swords in reversal, the Lovers in reversal. The Eight of Swords in the upright represents this energy of needing to see the reality of something. I think this has already happened for you. That's why we're seeing it in its reversal position. Maybe for some of you, you're realizing, or you've already come to the realization, I'm just covering up the people here, come to the realization that maybe something in your life that you thought was divine, that you thought was this sort of connection of, partnership and happiness, and whether it's a job or a friendship or a relationship or a living situation, maybe you've come to this realization or you've seen the reality that maybe this is the Tower that needs to fall, okay? Just know that you deserve love first and foremost, right? You are being asked to take some time for self-love and self-care this week. Anything that does not sit in alignment with self-love and self-care with you is probably going to go down in this Tower moment. Remember that you are the magician, right? You are the magician this week. You are showing up as this sort of manifester, this person of power, and your inner gut is telling you that we are being called into going in this direction, or planting these seeds, or making these new actions, okay? Even though it could be a little bit scary, because we know there's going to be some big changes, and for some of you there's going to be potentially the ending of a romantic relationship. That's okay though, because again, hindsight is really leading you into this place where there's going to be a better situation for you, a better scenario for you in the future. Try your best to get excited for what that is, all right? Instead of focusing in on everything that's going to change, okay? Nice messages here, very empowering for you this week, Virgo. If you are still here, consider liking the video. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can head over to themagicsiren.com. All that information is down in the description box below. I will let you get back to your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again soon. Aloha.